you feel it when I hold it up, and you resonate with it, because that is like about being authentic. Like, this is not like a pendant where I do some magical words or speak mantras, which can be done depending on how powerful your intent is. I'm told that the things that I built and I touch with my DNA and my intent are straight light, laser-coded, interlaced, interwoven frequencies coming from the raw collective, and that is powerful and speaks for itself. So I know my key does something other than a lot of other pendants do, and people sell these pendants for, I don't know what, $300 and up, which I think. And I put it in a range where people don't project a consciousness of, I don't have enough, how can I get this? Because that puts you already in a loop of, I can't manifest because I don't have enough money. And I'm trying to get people out of the delusion that you don't have enough, because there's plenty. And we need to generate. We're generators, and we run for free. Being human doesn't cost money. The state just wants you to believe that you're a slave, and you need to pay in order to survive. And I'm trying to get people out of that mind state. So the key does a whole lot of extra stuff other than waking up, which I describe in my blog on WordPress. For those who want to Google the name, Arcturus, one word, arcturus.wordpress.com. You see that what I explain, what the key does, is what people explain to me what it does for them. So, it just comes in. So I feel like every day I'm inventing stuff where inventors need like 50 years to explore. I don't even have no time to get no patent, because my patent is my DNA. So what I do can't be imitated. But I show people how the key can be built if they want to do it themselves. It's just what I do has a unique signature. This is how I do it, and if people trust me and feel they need to get it from me, then they contact me. And I was told, it's just like Noah, build it and they will come. So I'm doing these light arcs, and the right people connect, and wonderful things happen, and it's a blessing. It's like I don't have a job. I couldn't keep jobs and save my life. It's like you need to fulfill your purpose. You know how it is, Starseeds, and you end up being broke because you can't do nothing but your purpose. So my purpose is these machines and living off donation, which is kicking in now. And it kicks in because I have accepted that part. Started slow. It was dangerous, going through not having insurance and all that stuff. A lot of us know the story, but trust and walk your path and do what you have to do, because it's important to do it now. Like I say to the people, like with the oil spill, it is very sad that man-made, they blew up this place so in order they can mess up the Gulf Stream, but it's also designed to put your consciousness off the healing, and your focus is, as people put that up on the net, and I'm not trying to judge, but if you repeat that mantra, that this is a disaster, and you give it more energy. Every time you say it's a catastrophe, you're reciting a mantra, and you are God in the making. You're manifesting it, and it gets worse, and it gets worse and worse. So I say, realize that, put it in your prayers. Let Earth take care of it and run its course. Earth knows what to do. It has been done. Those who caused it, I wouldn't even want to be in their shoes, because for everything that's being done from, they would call the dark side, there's a price they have to pay. They have to go through the experience of what they have done. That's for each soul, that's judgment. We put that upon ourselves. Every soul that came here came with a contract, whether they possessed or not. So whatever is being done to manipulate and hold people down, they all got to pay for it. And not as in revenge. And they will be shown, this is what you do. This is how it feels. This is how your victims feel. This is what you do to them. And it's being reflected back at them. And the more damage they do, the more they accelerate the ascension process. That's how it is.
Exactly. And you know what? I'm so glad you said that, because I don't know, I'm sure you've noticed But even in the in the Starseed community, there's been so much build up of, oh, this is the end, and they're going to evacuate the Gulf, and they're going to nuke it, and there's going to be martial law, and I totally agree with you saying that the more you give attention to it, the more you're going to fuel it, and I'm really glad you explained that. Heavenly Butterfly, I don't want to, do you have anything to say?
I would say I completely agree. I do not focus on the Gulf War, I was going to say Gulf War, that too. The Gulf of Mexico, I do not focus on that issue. I do send love when I've led to that area. It is my goal to keep everybody's mind on joy and love, peace, bliss, and building their new dimensions, building their new earth. That's what my goal is every day, all day. But I did want to mention that I have an ascension key, back to the ascension key, that Ra was so gracious to give me one day. Again, I'm going to say thank you, Ra. That it has done so many, it is like, I'm not going to say it has done it, it's helped me to resonate, to do things that are just unbelievably different from my course of actions prior to having it. And, I can be a witness as this energy and the power that flows through it is complete love and creativity from him and pure genius. And it does nothing but cause more light, more knowledge, and the ability to spread it.
Yeah, see, that we talking and that I'm on the radio and we connecting in that way is just me being connected with that key. And when I read your email, that I felt that you need the key, So that's why I sent it to you and was like, let's see what it does. So that's like, at times I take people and I don't even think about a donation or anything. It's like, this person needs one. And if I can afford it, I just mail it out. And then from there, what the key does is basically I tell people you are the key. The key is not the thing that's like, oh my God, without the key I'm nothing. People, you can do whatever you want to do. It's not a must. It's how you feel. It can assist if you're open enough to help you find your way in the most miraculous ways, as you would feel when you wear it, that different people come to your life, different connections take place, and you are, and not only that you're a holder of the key, but this key is the connection of the ancient Ra that was built. That is another light grid that people don't know about. The only person that I heard talk about it was Ronzalo Melchizedek in his latest story, when he explains the story about how that being Ra and two other beings asked the Intergalactic Federation, so to speak, for giving the human race a chance and not a wipeout, because the plan was a wipeout. Because when the energies came in with the wrong experiments in Atlantis, if some of you are familiar with the story, we had like a mass possession coming in because we opened the wrong portals and the realms of darkness came in, and we lost our ways and forgot who we are. And the being Ra and two other great beings asked if they can establish an artificial light grid that would help the Earth inhabitants to be able to find their way back to paradise, because the other light grid was destroyed. So what I do with the light tools that I give to people, I'm reestablishing the light grid and anchor points. So everyone who has one or works with the tools is an anchor point for that grid, and that is more powerful than any demonstration you can be on, or any petition that you can ever sign, because you can say